Hello and welcome into So Rare with Laird. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on So Rare. Talking today about how we could use some more promos on So Rare. I feel like there are just not enough carrots to get us to try to buy cards, and I felt like there should be more because there have only been 17 in the last 24 hours. And really, if you're going to try to do promos, you should have at least 20 over 24 hours. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Toby Alexander, first in, hopefully only the first of many rather than the only podium this weekend. Germ and Anion joining Toby Alexander on the podium. Congratulations to you three. Jack Daniels, what's up? Philly Dilly, happy Friday to you as well. Sean Kennedy, Alex Wilson, more promo. Don't careful what you ask for, because my gosh, there could be more for all we know. And maybe that's good, but yeah, man, TM said, love promos so much. My homies calling me promosexual. Wow, that's a line. Mikey Baston, what's up? Hope you're enjoying the time in the garden right now. The promo stuff is wild. We need more promos, since the last promo I participated in ended in accidentally buying a card. Spinning the wheel is so much fun, says Anion. T-shirt to match the background. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. In fact, I think I kind of went out of my way not to wear this color, but now I don't know. And Mike dropped this line in Discord, FOMO for promo, and I love it. I feel like, speaking of t-shirts, that should be on a t-shirt. But yeah, we'll get into that. Germ said, sorry, I can't pull this up for some reason. What are the wheel odds for a miss? Here we go. I swear I hit it 80% of the time. I believe it's 30% because I hit it this morning. JPS here for my last stream in my 20s. JPS, happy birthday tomorrow. Alex, what's up? Thanks for coming in. And Alex Wilson, we need Copenhagen 100s. We sure do. I late entered in Arena when I saw Elianasi and Larson starting. And when I entered, it was just me and Nep. And now I'm going to look to see if it's still just the two of us. Let's see. Survey says 7 people. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And it was late. Like, it was a late entry. Let me see if, because whenever I late enter on some Danish Superliga stuff, there's always someone I know. But there's Didi. So me, Didi, Nep, Wilson 9090. Sorry, I can try to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Sven Streifkirk, Prato Verde, which means green Prato, and Liuk 606060. So we'll see. Is that Darlington Nagby? Wow. How about that? Anyway, we don't. This isn't an Arena stream. Arena with only you and Nep would be excellent content. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Nep's in it, so it can't be golden. Yeah, I won a golden arena last game week. I have to say, winning golden arenas a lot more fun than winning regular ones. And no, this is not sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, but my in-laws are here today and brought me a coffee, and so I'm going to drink it. JT Chell said, I won more essence on tickets for losing bids than I did in the midweek. I mean, win's a win. Who cares where they come from? The wheel is a lie. Doesn't show actual odds when spinning. No, it does. It does. Or, I mean, the odds are the same every time. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's meaning like your odds of getting something are the same. But right here, for the regular odds, a miss is 30% right here. 15% gets 200 XP. 12.88% gets a spin again. 10% for 50 limited essence. 10% for 500 limited XP. 5% chance at 75 essence. 5% at 1,000 XP. 4% for a $5 market credit. 2% for 100 essence. 2% for a $10 market credit. 1% for a best 5 clue. 1% for a competition clue, 1% for a country clue, 1% for 200 limited essence, 0.1% or not 0.1 for those of you who use those numbers for at 1,000 essence, and then not 2 for a tier 1. And somebody won a Messi as a tier 1 I saw the other day, unless they won a golden. Oh, you can win a star in golden. Yeah. I wish 2022 us could see this and we're like, hey, this is so rare. And we'd be like, what? What is that game? Because that ain't so rare. Anyway, in the golden ones, you can get jerseys and stars and $50 market credits. So yeah, that's what you can get. So the odds are there. They're just not in your favor. What's your Dunkin' order? I actually, to be honest, I don't really love Dunkin' Donuts. This is just an iced coffee with way too much. Actually, see what they ordered. Let's see. It's sugar and cream, which like I don't ever get cream, and that's why it's like so light. It is iced. So yeah, not that I drink like black coffee, but cream's a little tough. But you know, I'll drink it. Yeah, but like 30% of the spaces when it spins aren't misses. Well, it's not. That's just like a visual thing. You're still 30% likely to hit it. Alex said, I spent money when I told myself I wouldn't spend money, but I'm a moron. I mean, we all tell ourselves lots of things. Mike said, I love how people are ending up with cards they didn't want and cursing that didn't get a ticket. Yeah, it is kind of funny. The amount of bidding to not win. I mean, we've talked about it. It's a risk. It's a risk. Toby Alexander said, I'd love to know how much So Rare accidentally made by people trying to come second, third, and fourth and failing. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to figure that out. Dobsy said, been struggling so much in MFL this season. Cup game 4-0 up in 25 minutes. There we go. See, Dobsy, you just need the reverse fixtures, and then we'll be fine. Philly said, so when spinning, you should see like 150x more spaces, more missed spaces than a tier 1. Yes, that's what theoretically you should do. Messi was from a golden spin. Okay. It's like showing a caveman a lighter to make fire. Might start a spreadsheet to track my spins. I know we love spreadsheet content. The number of people. So So Rare tweeted that I think it was the Vladu trading account was like the number 1 spinner and had like 715 spins. It was something insane, given how you get more spins. And let me see if I can pull this up because I want to feel bad about this, but I don't. But let me pull it up because I don't want, just in case I'm not representing this correctly. So Rare Vladu said, man, I could spin the wheel all day. And So Rare quote tweeted that and said, that's what we could see with 718 spins already completed. You are the number 1 user on the wheel. And I apologize for thinking this way, but it's just the first thing that came to mind. But I was like, it felt like they were like, congratulations for being a degen. And I know some people look at being a So Rare degen as like a badge of honor, and some people don't. So take that however you want. But that's how I thought. I was just like, we're just celebrating degeneracy right there. Anyway, Rigamon said, I love the Dunkin' TikTok guy showing people's orders with like 12 sugars and 24 pumps of syrup. I don't know what that is. I mean, I can figure out what that is, but I haven't seen those. Philly Dilly said, if you end up with a card you don't want, you get 2 tickets. Oh, okay. Bid to earn, not bid to win. Didn't they use that phrase, bid to earn, or something like that? Germ said, do you think an additional season of in-season utility for Super Rare is better promo than the lucky loser? I don't even know what that means. Do you think an additional season of in-season utility for Super Rare is better than... I don't even know what the lucky loser promo is. We're going to go through the promos because part of the reason I wanted to do this show is because somebody was like, so what's the deal with this? And I was like, I don't even know. Mostly because I'm not buying cards right now. I'm not buying in-season cards right now. And so it's difficult for me to like track what's going on. I'm also looking at, sorry, what does this mean? I'm in an arena right here that says I'm in first place and winning 517 essence. And I didn't think that, like, why am I winning 17 extra essence? Plus 17. I didn't think we got vault bonus. That's probably just a visual bug, I guess. Laird, you don't have to buy cards to participate. You just have to bid on them. Yeah. Well, lucky losers, if you miss out on a super rare, you get essence. Oh, okay. That's what I thought that just was. And yeah, there is a toggle. That's right. Bid to earn. I mean, essence, comparing like a little bit of essence to an extra season of in-season utilities, like, would you rather $1 or $1 million? City Keen says, looking at the number 2 and number 3 prices, looks like FOMO is creeping in. Are some going up? I know some were like falling drastically, but Sean said, I won a tier 1 on the wheel this morning, and it was one of the 6 JPL in-season cards I already owned, James Wood-esque. So Sean, actually, everybody here is in the Patreon, but that doesn't mean you're in Discord. But on my MLB, I won a tier 1 in MLB this past game week, like this midweek, and I won James Wood, who's an outfielder for the Washington Nationals, and it's the 4th time I've won him this season. 4th. I've won 6 tier 1s. 4 of them are James Wood. I think the Saliba 2 of 100 higher than the 1 of 100. That happened. I mean, that happens. That happens. Dobsy says, how crisp is the $1? The $1 versus 1 million? It's a good question. Good question. The other funny thing that when I made the thumbnail, which like is actually not a great thumbnail because I didn't realize I had 2 of the same ones that looked like 2 promos that are the same. Can I pull that up? Let's see here. Just so we can all share the look. As I'm doing this, big thank you to everybody who is here live, because it means that you are a member of the Patreon or a supporting member, if you will. And it really means a lot to me. And for those of you who are not here live, because you are not a supporting member, you can become one. Patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. I'm actually going to use the same sales pitch that I used yesterday that I think actually worked on someone. And since it worked, I'm going to do it again. If you have enough money in your Sorare account to make numerous bids on auctions that you do not want to win, I think you can afford $5 a month to support all of the content that I do at patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. There's a link in the description of this video. You can become a member and hang out with all of these very, very fun people who are here for the live stream, and as well as in the Sorare with Laird Discord. It's a good time. Anyway, this is the promo. Sorry for what's the term I was going to use? Like when you see like multiple versions in what is it? I'm completely lost now. I was going to say inflection, but that's not what it is. Anyway, so this mega cart, which I then realized afterwards is actually different. The mega cart Essence Rush, which is not to be confused with the mega cart Top Collector. We'll get into those. Yeah, anyway. Inception. Thank you, Ricoman. For some reason, I couldn't get there. And then what's your promo then? Yeah, it's a good point. I was waiting for the Patreon promo. Yeah, I still am too. Pico player, what's up? Giaicers for the same price as Haaland seemed mad. Is that mad because Haaland is worse? I crafted Thiago from Brentford 3 times last season. My gosh. Oh, Don Q, what's up? Germ said, I'm sorry, I meant playing down a scarcity like unique in Super Rare. Super Rare having an additional season of in-season rare utility. Oh, no, I don't think that should be a thing. Mike said, still say $1 refund for every 5 minutes late. I mean, you can say that all you want, Mike. But anyway, as I was going through the blog, because I wanted to get some of these graphics, I was like, I thought there may have been like 4 of them, but you just go to the blog. Sorry, let me make myself smaller here. You just go to the blog and you realize how many there are. But Were there any more? Probably. Maybe not. All right. So since the gameplay like announcements, so we started off. The first one was the Mega Kart Top Collector, which was, I don't even know. This is for the Jupiler Pro League. Win a free card by collecting from one club. So this is the one that like NEP took advantage of. And they do this very generic player name, which is actually quite funny that they couldn't just fake it. So yeah, buy 5 cards. Is that what it is? Yeah, buy 5 cards in the same transaction in the cart, and you'll get a bonus card from that club. Simple as that. When Laird Patreon on the wheel. Ask Nicola. Maybe that was the, oh wait, there's more. Anyway, so that's the first one. And then they had a Jupiler double up. And this is to celebrate early access. Buy a card, get an instant reward. So for every limited or rare card you get via auction or instant buy, you'll get an instant reward, 10% chance of another card, and 90% chance of essence of the same scarcity. And obviously, if you bought a star, then you get more essence. You can win anywhere from 100 to 250 essence with a single purchase during this promo. Now, as a reminder, 100 essence is enough for an arena entry. 250 essence is enough for an uncapped arena entry. Just saying. So that's 2. That was just for Jupiler. Then we had the Lucky Loser, which is kind of a funny line, like a funny concept. No, sorry, funny name for the concept. This was just for super rare Jupiler Pro League cards. So if you won the auction, bummer, because you missed out on 100 essence for second place, meaning you were the second highest bid, 60 essence, for the third highest bid, and 40 essence for the fourth place bid. So this was just let's make sure you don't actually win. Now, let's see how that worked out for some people. I believe Pranksy won the first, 64 Hans Vanaken super rares on the platform now. Anyway. Oh, Nanzo bought one. Look at that. Pranksy, and then there's the instant buy right now. So I think Pranksy actually wanted to win this card, which is great. And I want 7/17. What was the date on this one? 3 days ago? Oh, so that one happened already, I guess. Oh, so maybe we'll go to the Nanzo one. When did he win that? 2 days ago. So this should have it. Because I thought they said, didn't they show like who won everything? But basically, based on this, Poker Trader should have won. What was it? 100? Was it 150, 150, 40, 106, 160, 40. So Poker Trader got 100 essence, Dino 89 got 60, and Salagol got 40. Congratulations for bidding up to $1,288. Here's 40 essence. Sorry, my phone is going a little crazy here. Got to turn off my notifications. Forgot to do that. Okay, so that was Lucky Loser. Then we also have the Mega Kart Essence Rush. Let's see. Loaded with essence rewards for managers bold enough to make power moves. I'm sorry, that was... I didn't even mean to read it like that, and yet that's just how it came out. Anyway, so from now until Wednesday, I don't even know when that was. Mike, I did set my MLB lineups. Thank you very much. Anybody, there's an early lock today, so go set your lineups. When you buy 5 cards in a single cart transaction, you'll automatically receive essence between 1 and 3,000 essences. But that actually just says essence. Maybe they've stopped using essences per cart transaction. That's up to 3 card draws with every single purchase. As a reminder, you can craft a card at 1,000. Update. The flavor of the essence will match one of the competitions represented in your cart. If you buy 5 cards from the Jupiler League, you'll receive Jupiler League essence. If your cart includes cards from multiple competitions, the essence flavor will be selected randomly from those collections or competitions. Excuse me. Good news, guys, there was no limit. You can make as many purchases as you want. You're not going to go in there and be like, oh, I want to buy 100 cards. And they're like, sorry, you can only buy 10. You can buy 1,000,000 cards if you want. The quality of the cards will determine how much essence you receive. Available for limited rare and super rare. Even instant buy is eligible. You can mix clubs and leagues. Just make sure it's at least 5 cards in the cart. If you mix cards from different scarcities in your cart, you'll receive essence based on the most represented scarcity, which was one of the tricks that somebody shared in the Patreon, in the Discord, excuse me, was like, oh, just if you wanted super rare essence, let's say, just buy 3 super rares and 2 limiteds. They kind of use the opposite example of if you have a card with 3 limiteds and 2 rares, you'll get limited essence. If there's a tie, essence will be granted from the highest scarcity. A 3 rare and 3 limited will get rare. So yeah, if you wanted super rare essence, just buy 2 super rares or 3 super rares, excuse me. Actually, I guess, yeah, that's probably cheaper. I was going to say you could do 3 super rares. Actually, you could do 2 super rares, 2 limiteds, and a rare, and that would get you super rare essence. But that's over by now. Ended Wednesday. Today's Friday. No super rare instant buys for Prem. How long is today's stream? Virgil van Dijk super rare watch along. When is the Van Dijk? When does it end? Let's see. $36 super rares for Van Dijk. We've got an hour and 45 minutes from now. 209. I'd be shocked if we were still here. Wow, $2,200 already though. Let's go. All right, let's get back to the blog. Promo center, if you will. So then we obviously had the loyalty box. This is not a promo. And I think everybody was actually shocked that there were no market credits in here. But we did get some spins. I didn't get anything good from the spins. And I guess the spins could have gotten you market credits. That actually would have been funny if everybody got spins and then we got market credits that way. Excuse me. For silver, gold, I didn't read this part, and VIP boxes, we've made sure that essence you receive aligns with the scarcity of the cards you use most often. So did I get limited essence? I think I don't even remember. I don't remember what I got. Does anybody else? Am I going to have to go back and we'll have to inception this again and I'll watch the stream when I opened it? I don't think I can go back and see. Anyway. So yeah, not a promo, but shout out to for Sorare for doing that. So then we also had 23 hours ago Hot Streak 5x bonus. Smash it out of the fucking park for the first 5 weeks, and you win $20,000. Sorry for swearing. That just came out. I don't know why. And so, yeah, here's a promo. This isn't really a promo. We don't get anything extra just for nothing. We actually have to earn this one. But you can earn 5x more, which I can't decide. Like, I think nobody will do this in either scarcity. And I can't tell if that's good or not. I think, obviously, Sorare don't want anyone actually getting it. They want us all to try. I get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I can't tell if nobody hitting it is bad because it's obviously hard. And Philly Dilly said, I feel like the 5x promo is not great. Promos need to be at least doable. I mean, I think that it's like a weird competition because I think there's going to be some sort of community effort to get there. And we're all just like it'll be great that we all tried. And so I don't know. But it's kind of fun. The idea of like you can win $20,000 basically by September. Philly Dilly said, I got rare. My gallery is 50% rare and 50% super rare. I don't think it's necessarily your gallery. It's like where you play. City Keen thought I got 1,000 rare. I might have. I can't remember. Simo, let's go. Thanks for coming. The counterpoint is people will probably hit tier 3, maybe 4, so there is some money being rewarded. Yeah, I mean, for sure, money will be rewarded. And it did make, like, I was going to play League One in season, and now it's like, man, I'm going to have to pay more now because I'm going to try to get this hot streak. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that was the 5X hot streak. And then we also had the Mega Cart Top Collector, which we had previously for JPL, but now we have for SPFL, Austrian Bundesliga, 2 Bundesliga, HNL, and the Danish Superliga. Whoa, sorry. And so this is Challenger, basically. And the Mega Cart is back, even though it felt like it never left. From Friday, August 1st, which is today, until Sunday, for limited rare and super rare, when you use the cart to buy 5 cards from the same collection in a single transaction, you'll automatically receive a bonus card from that same club free. The card's quality is influenced by the quality of the 5 cards you purchased. And the best part, you can repeat the promo as many times as you want during the weekend. Don't worry about it. This makes me feel like, hold on, please note that each transaction of at least 5 cards rewards you with 1 additional card. If you purchase 10 cards in a single transaction, you'll receive 1 card. However, if you make 2 separate purchases of 5 cards each, you'll receive 2 cards in total. So obviously, don't buy more than, if you're not going to buy, don't buy more than 5. Or if you're going to buy more than 5, get to 10 and you'll get, not financial advice. Build your legacy 1 club at a time. Complete your collections to boost your collection bonus, enhance your lineup scores, and earn rewards. But wait, there's more. We also have the Double Up Deadline promo. Celebrate the early access launch by spending more money. Time is ticking this Friday until 4 p.m. CET, which I believe is already over because it's 6:28 CET right now. So that was fun. With the new season heating up and hot streaks rewards on the line, we're giving you one last chance to double your power across the Austrian Bundesliga, Croatian Supersport, HNL, 2 Bundesliga, Scottish SPFL, which really just reads as Scottish Premiership Football League or whatever it is, Danish Superliga, and Jupiler Pro League cards before the game week starts. Why no Eredivisie? Did they put Jupiler in the... Yeah, where's the Eredivisie, love? Whether you're crafting your first lineup or reinforcing your squad, this lightning promo is made for decisive managers. But anyway, buy a card, get a 10% chance of another card, or 90% chance of essence. Whew. You can win 100 to 250 essence, so basically the same. The more you scout, the more you earn. 4 hours only, no second chances. Imagine no second chances when they're like, it's back. But anyway, Eredivisie starts next week. Oh, okay. Good call. Thank you, everybody. That makes sense. Toby Alexander will be the most expensive marketing promotion for Sorare all time if someone hits it. I bet that's not true at all, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they've played, well, like, yeah, I mean, what was it, $20,000? I mean, surely they've paid Mbappe more than that or whatever. Mike said, so the lucky loser bidding promo increases prices along with the daily double up, and that means the insta-buy prices for all cards are increased even further for the mega card promo. But they're not really, Mike, because we all just have market credits anyway. Yeah. I think it works, though. So it's funny to me because they're doing everything they can to make us buy cards, and I think that's fine. I mean, it's not even fine. I think it's great. I think it's exactly what they should be doing. They should be incentivizing as many people as possible to buy cards because that's what they do. What I do think is kind of interesting, though, is given all of the promos that they have, or at least all of the ones that we've seen, there are still leagues that haven't launched yet. So assuming they will have similar stuff like this for those leagues as well. But there are also things that they could run all year. And I think when Sorare 25 was a thing, or during Sorare 25, which wasn't actually ever called Sorare 25, but the way that we all looked at it was like they have to make all of their money by October, because nobody's going to buy new cards in October, because you lose so much in-season utility, and there's really no reason to buy, and you're behind on XP, or you're behind on collection bonus, or whatever it is. And now the way that they can add new competitions in December or March or whatever, we showed them last year that we were perfectly content paying more for those like summer edition cards that had minimal utility, but because they had a competition that allowed us to compete in it, we bought it. And so while I do think that they are still going to have a majority of their card sales in July, August, I don't even want to include September, but there are kind of mechanisms that they can implement that allow them to sell cards later on. And the nice thing about that is that if you didn't get involved early, you can play and not be so far behind. And that's the huge benefit with streaks, is you can start a hot streak at any moment, and you don't have to do anything else to participate in a hot streak other than buy cards. It's not like, oh, I have to go play contender and then I have to go play hot streaks. It's all there. And so it gives us a lot of flexibility here, even as users, that my plan right now was to, I'm playing contender in season because I had the Argentina cards already, but I plan on playing, I think, League On. I don't know if I'll stick with that or not. Maybe by the time the League On cards come out and I see the prices, the Prem cards will drop, and maybe I'll play Prem. I doubt it, mostly because I don't follow the Prem that much. Or maybe I'll play Challenger. Definitely not with Midtjylland cards. But the great thing about streaks, and with the possibility that they have other promos that come up, is that I don't feel like I'm going to be way behind if I start in October, December, whatever, knowing that card prices will be lower then, because there's less utility in December than there is in August, but it's not so much that it's like prohibiting me from playing. And that's the biggest thing that they have to do in terms of getting people to continue to buy cards, is that we have to continue to believe that we can enter at any time. Eagle player said, "Don't think I've said this ever, but Sorare finally learned how to sell us cards even when we don't need it." Yeah, or at least a bid on them. Mikey Baston, the best thing though is we know what order these promos will be out for all other leagues coming up, so the disciplined ones should be able to optimize their purchasing. Have to applaud your discipline, Laird. You said you were going League On, and note you haven't been tempted by anything else. Mike, I've been tempted for sure. I was looking at something today about how I can't remember, I think it was the Croatian league, seems to be way overlooked in terms of card volume, meaning the cards that they've sold. Like, I think the Croatian league right now is the lowest revenue one. And Austrian or two Bundesliga is pretty high. I think Austria is fairly high, and Croatia just kind of looks overlooked. And I was like, maybe I should buy some Croatian cards. And now this was like total revenue per league that I saw. And as we know, like, market credits throw that off because they're not included, but it is kind of a nice indication of where people are spending money. And the Croatian league is fairly small, but it's also revenue wise was like paled in comparison to like SPFL. Now, Croatia is in contender. It's not in challenger. So the prizes aren't exactly the same, but the way that people are like kind of attacking the game and where they're spending made me start to look at it. And I was like, should I buy that? And I'm like, I don't know anything about the Croatian league. I'm not going to, and I don't want to learn. And so part of the discipline, Mike, is not so much discipline as it is just laziness. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, Croatia league isn't it only 12 teams? But like SPFL is only 12. By SPFL moving out of contender, HNL cards got a bit of a boost. Yeah. Oh, and that was the other thing. I don't want to go into Croatia because I already have a bunch of contender cards anyway. Like I play the Argentina cards in contender. And I think what I'm going to do now, I didn't do this time because I bought the Argentina cards at the beginning of the season, but it was also like kind of in the middle of the European season. So I think I'm going to try to, when Argentina ends, which effectively ends around November, they'll have playoffs and stuff, but it's not much. Maybe buy some European cards then just to keep contender going. And my guess is that I'll focus mostly on streaks there because, again, I'll be behind from leaderboard perspective. I'll be way behind on XP and stuff. But maybe I'll just use my XP to catch up. I was actually looking at my XP today. Like I have 11,000 rare XP and 7,400 limited. I was going to use it all on my Racing guys, which is the only in-season rare that I play. But they don't play this weekend. And so I just didn't kind of like move up, or I just didn't go to do it, but I'll probably do it for next weekend. You'll need to buy Bundesliga 2 and France. HNL goes on winter break when Argentina ends. Oh, that's a good point. Good point. And yeah, I actually looked into Ligue 2. And I still might, but then I saw Juni Ito is going to go back to Genk. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. Alex Wilson to Delaney assist. Let's go. I'd save those up for your League Unboys. No, yeah, that's a good point too, Don. Yep. Delaney assist, man. I only have him in one spot. Literally my late entry arena is the only place I played Delaney. Hasn't even hit yet. Wow, he was smashing. If anyone notices the way that I played the game week, I have one super rare arena. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I currently have 11 rare arena lineups. Sorry, I can make myself smaller here. And 3 limited. And I only did 2 rare all-stars. And this one was all-star rare pro. And 1 limited all-star. It was my results from this past game week that made me decide I'm really struggling to see all-star as a viable alternative to arena when it comes to the way that my gallery works. So I had 2 all-star lineups this past game week. This lineup in rare finished with 606 points. I had a 100 captain. And then obviously my goalie and my defenders were not that good, but I scored 606 points, which isn't that many points. When the lineup finished, I was in first place in all-star, literally like first. And I was like, I'm obviously not going to finish first. And I was in the 1,000 XP, or excuse me, the 1,000 essence category up until yesterday. And I was like, I think I was 77th, top 80 or 41st to 80 got 1,000. And I was like, I'm going to fall to 500. I fell to 500. And then after the Sounders won 7-0 yesterday, I'm sure there was other stuff going on, I fell even further. So then I went from 1,000 essence to 250. Well, I went from a star to a tier 1 to a tier 2 to 1,000 to 500 to 250. And then I got 10 extra essence because of my vault. And I actually scored fewer points in All-Star Limited, but 1 more because they give out more. And so I finished 596th with 594 points, and won 1,000 limited essence. And so I was looking at this and I was like, this lineup required a huge score, seemingly huge, to get 260. I'll call it 260 rare essence because I do get the boost. And I happen to be in a golden arena here, but 3 decisives, basically, if you count the clean sheet from Pence. Aquino didn't even start. And I won 1,500 essence there, but I also won another one here for 500. So even if that other one wasn't a golden, like I still would have won 1,000 essence between the two of them, like net 800, I guess. And I was like very close to winning a bunch of other stuff. So I won this. Is this the one that was with Pranksy and Jimmer? Mickey, there's Germ. Oh, look at that. Look at the three of us on a podium. There's Pranksy and there's Jimmer. Geez. Thanks, guys. So I was just looking at it, and you need such a high score in All-Star to win anything. And I just really struggle to see why All-Star is better if realistically you're getting essence out of it. And I totally understand people who are like, well, you don't need to stake any essence to play All-Star. And like, I totally get it. And this isn't like advice for everybody, because I honestly feel like my gallery is set up well for Arena, that I have a lot of cards and they're mostly classics. And to be honest, a lot of them are like level 10 and I still play them in Arena because I think they give me a better opportunity to win. Philly Dilly said, for Arena, would you rather have a 60 average with a range of 50 to 70 or a 60 average with a range of 35 to 85? Absolutely the 50 to 70. Not even a question. Do you have an essence amount in mind for when you start crafting? Don, I don't. I think that what I'm honestly going to wait for is almost like clarity on the essence. I feel like a lot of people are crafting and they're like, oh, I had this. So Mike said All-Stars free entry Arena, essentially. So Mike, it's free entry. Absolutely. It is not Arena. SO7 is very different than SO5, and beating 9 people to win the top spot versus like, I have to beat 9 people to win 500 essence. Let's call it. In order to win 500 essence, and we'll call it 400, like as a net. But in order to get as much, I have to finish in the top 300 of a competition that has 9,961 lineups in it. And that seems a lot harder to me. It's as simple as that. And you can say, oh, the top 1,500 out of the 10,000 win 100 essence. That's not that high. One DNP and you're out, likely. And this is like lower All-Star. It's something that Harry and I were talking about on Monday, and then he brought it up again today on the Deadline show, that the number of lineups that are going to be an All-Star is just going to be insane. Yeah. Philly Dealer said, assuming you want 4 cards for in-season, I think you need like 20,000 essence, 12K for 12 entries, 4 of which will be special, then another 2K for clues in each special. I probably wouldn't use the clues in the non-special ones. But it's possible. Right now I have 8,840 limited essence, 7,244. Oh, but that doesn't include what I won in the midweek. So in the midweek, I won, actually, I'm doing it. I won 3,750 total, but I actually have this in my spreadsheet. So I netted 650 essence in limited, 1,960 in rare, and 300 in super rare. Now I'm tracking this based on, I guess I can zoom in a little bit. So I did limit Arena essence and All-Star essence. And then I was going to start going back and tracking it, and then realized I had one contender essence or essence in contender in season. And I was like, this spreadsheet is just going to get out of hand. And literally I just stopped. But I was mostly doing this to track Arena essence. But honestly, it made me feel better to include the All-Star essence because I won it. So like, for the midweek, I entered 4 limited arenas and didn't win any of them. 6th, 6th, 5th, and 4th. But I won 1,000 in All-Star. And so or 1,050, excuse me, in All-Star. So I was just like, oh, that'll make me feel better. So I lit that 400 on fire. And then in rare, I did 300 because I only entered three rare ones, but I got the golden one. Obviously, you can make a huge difference if you enter the golden arenas. So I got 2,000 from that, which was like um, net 1,700 from those three. I think it was 2,000 total. Yeah, because I finished first here, and was 1 point away here, just a killer. That says 89 points away from third. I don't think that was right. Maybe it is. Oh yeah, 345. Mickey smashed it. Yeah. The irony here is that Gagorza didn't even start, and he outscored the two guys next to him. But anyway, I was going to make my lineups for this game week, and when I looked at All Star, and I didn't really have like a great All Star lineup, and it always feels like I'm like one player short of feeling like I had a great lineup. And then I look at them, I was like, oh, one of these players has a low L15. And it feels dumb playing low L15 players in All Star when I can play them in Arena. Yeah, wow. Lopez smashing already. Who actually scored the goal? That's Shorey, of course. Delaney at 85. Mike said I had a first, second, and fourth in my limited arenas this past game week, so a net plus for me. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Mike said that's my point. Pay to increase your odds. Yes, I said it. Perhaps All Star is more like the old common game. That's how the old common game is starting to feel like that. It's so many lineups, and I feel like there are going to be enough people who come out of it and they're like, oh wow, I won 100 essence, and it was like, well, yeah, you beat 14,000 lineups to win 100 essence. Where if you just spent 100 essence, you could have won that by beating 6 people. 7. Beating 7. And in terms of just like essence accumulation, if you will, Arena just seems so much more reasonable to me. And between us, I know this is like, I'm going to end up making this videos available to everybody. And if you're here afterwards, you didn't get this right away, although it probably not a huge benefit. But anyway, and a reminder that if you wanted to watch this live, all you had to do was join patreon.com/AndrewandLaird and become a supporting member for as little as $5 a month. But I think this is the weakest Arena will ever be in terms of opponents. This, if you want to use a gaming term, like it's the softest it'll ever be. And I think it's because the number of people I've seen that play Arena with just throwaway lineups is wild. But I also think people generally build poor Arena lineups. They will throw in a random low L15 guy because they're low, or they don't do that, and then they just kind of like throw what they have in. And I think with the more people who play, it'll only get sharper. And so my kind of thought now is I'm not like maxing it out, but most of my cards are in Arena these days. And obviously this has nothing to do with in season. Like I will never use in season cards that could be played that game week in the Arena unless I just don't have a full lineup. But like my priority will always be the in season competitions for my in season cards. As you can see on the screen here, like I have some in season cards here, but like there's no MLS right now. And so, no MLS. So I can't, it's not like I could play Gallese and Janssen in an in season competition. This is also one of the most absurd lineups I've ever made. Gallese, Janssen, Mikel Doolan, Messi, and Neymar. But like I said, I think Arena is softer than it's ever going to be. Like we keep saying, Sorare is always going to get harder. The more people that join, yes, there will be some people who join that are going to be bad, and most people will be just average, and some people will be very good. But right now, I think just not enough people are playing Arena, and the people who are playing it aren't great. Now, I say that as if like I'm cleaning up. Like I have weeks that I just totally brick. Like this past game week, like the last weekend, excuse me, like 1,000 rare essence into 800. That's not the point. And I was actually down the week before, but then, one golden arena win and you're back in it. Hashtag just win once. And so the way that I feel like the best way to accumulate essence, other than doing all of these promos, is to play the arena. Don Q said U23 is really soft at the moment. I think that's going to change, though, mostly because a lot of the elite U23 players leagues haven't started yet. But it does, you're right. Seeing some of the lineups. And what's funny is that I made like a number of U23 lineups because I have a couple goalies, and I was like, I sent it to Harry Trades, and I'm like, this feels stupid playing these cards because they were just like so bad. And then I would like look back and be like, oh, I probably would have won 100 essence. And it was like, oh, like I think I played Nahuel Knoll. There he is. Like he's a U23 goalie, and I played him here. I think that's the only U23 goalie I have now that Evie Jerry, whatever his name is from he's not at Midtjylland now. Now that he's gone, but like that's really why I'm playing Arena now, and I'm trying to like encourage people to play Arena. Well, I'm not. I'm telling you guys why, and like that's my reason, because I think people are like, you're crazy, like having to use Essence to enter versus All Star, and I'm like, All Star is really hard to get something of value. And in the arena, like you don't have to, the whole thing is like the leaderboard is just so much smaller. And everybody's talking about XP and all this stuff, like starting late. If I just accumulate XP from the arena, all of a sudden my in-season cards catch up really quickly. I mean, I know that there are like, once you go from one level to the next, you have to wait a day or a week or whatever, but it allows you to catch up at some point. Toby said, it's kind of like the casino. The arena is poker as you're playing against the others, so they take no cut. Everything else, Sorare has to take their cut, so the house always wins. Yeah, there was also somebody who commented both on Twitter and on the YouTube thing, like comparing arena because it was like zero sum, and they were like, so most people are going to lose. And I just think there are too many variables, that everyone's gallery is different, and not everybody has to play the arena all the time. So you can play only when you think the odds are in your favor. I've obviously taken the opinion of, let me just do as many as I can and see what I can win, as opposed to just waiting when I have the best opportunities in the arena. But there are plenty of ways to play it. Did you see Royal Ivy? Did we decide if there was Royal Ivy or Royal Livy, where his arena had 6 out of the 10 managers had Messi as captain, but none of them won. The winner never had Messi. And he scored 100. Don Q said it's real easy to farm Essence there as well. I wouldn't call it easy, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, unless you were talking about, that was from U23. Sorry. I think more people are just putting leftovers into the arena. I don't think you're wrong. I mean, looking at some of the lineups, you're definitely not wrong. But it is kind of funny to me that some people are willing to stake Essence to do that. I make my arenas first, and then the rest goes into All-Star. It's exactly what I did. Prime for PSU fans in arena. PSU reviewing the arena lineups he lost could be epic content. So it's funny you say that. I don't understand why Royal Ivy tells us he loves us, but Laird doesn't. That I don't tell you? Is that what anyway, I think PSU understands, like, you're not going to win every single one. So I'm not sure, like, he plays enough DFS, or used to, that like in DFS, you get as many head-to-heads as you possibly can. You're not going to win. You just need to win, if you can win 60% of them, it's great. I normally enter arena if I had a DNP in a team. I think that's going to stop though, because of relegation and All-Star. Look at Sean buying in-season super rares. That's not what I meant though. They moved the pro history button. Let's see. Did he enter the arena? So this is for All-Star limited, U23 rare, All-Star rare. So this is ridiculous lineup. Hadel, Douglas Santos, Ngadu, Evander, Messi captain, Vanaken, and Nail Umurov. I don't know who that is. But anyway, and then All-Star. There's a Neymar captain. Let's go. More All-Star. And then he's got Jupiler Pro League in season, All-Star Super Rare, Unique All-Star. So he actually didn't play any arena. Ricomon said, I don't think personally I will care much about All-Star divisions. Then there's no reason to enter. The prizes are going to be so much bigger at the in Division 1. Let me see if we can, was that somewhere? Let me just scroll past all the promo blogs, but there's like a full breakdown of the prize pools. Let's see what All-Star looks like. Obviously, there's no in-season All-Star. Eredivisie, Jupiler, Contender Rare, Classic, All-Star. I'll even go to Limited. Why not? So the top 100 people in Division 1 win a star. And the top 3 do it in Division 3. And that's crazy. And only 15 in Division 2. It's not even that great. Like if you finish 300th or 1,000th, let's see. So 1,000, they basically just like added the 16 to 100 right here from 1 to 2. So like 200 people win tier 1s in Division 1 and 85 win them in Division 2 and 5 win them in Division 3. Billy Dilly said, were you guys guessing like 50 to 80,000 entry in All-Star? I think 50,000 is going to be the right number. What did we have this week? Was it 30,000 this week? I know that there are only 10 in my arenas, except this late entry one, which I think only has 9. Oh, it is 10. Boo. Weird. Anyway, oh my God, there's 41,000. Maybe 80. Let's see. We have no Prem, and I don't think many people are going to be playing these cards in All-Star because of Champion, but there's no Prem, no La Liga, no Bundesliga, and no Ligue 1. And we're at 41,647. Eredivisie also hasn't 80,000. My God. Wow. Don says, if it's going to be 50K, 30K out of 50 winning 100 Essence, according to that prize pool, seems reasonable. Where do you see 30K winning here? MLS is also an All-Star right now. Not all of MLS, though. But you're right. But some people play MLS. Championship, Portugal and Turkey also haven't started yet. My 80,000 doesn't seem so crazy. Man. So yeah. So it's really 10,000 out of 80,000. I think 50 to 80K was per division. That's not 10K per division. Oh, that was the 30,000. 30,000. 30. I gotcha. Okay. Do you want to have to finish? So what did we think let's say it goes at 60,000. 60,000 total entries. I don't remember what they said in terms of like the breakdown. Obviously, Division 2 will be the biggest. So if it's 60,000, do we think it's like 15 for Division 1, 15 for Division 3, and 30 for like, is it twice as big? An All-Star includes all cards no longer minted but still playable. Right. Russia, China, Those are all an all-star. What did we say Division 1 was? Was it the top 20? Is it 20, 40, 20? Is there a blog post somewhere? That doesn't make sense. 30, 40, 30? Ricomon said it'll be 15. I was trying to do percentages, but 50 to 20K in Division 1 at that reward level. It'll be 15K, 30K, 15K. So that's assuming 60,000 entries. And obviously the number goes up in Division 1 with the number of people who play, because it's a percentage of the user base. It's not just the number of lineups. So 10K out of 15K win something. Win essence, 100 essence. Is that good enough to like farm essence? 15, 30, 15 seems way light if they're awarding top 10, 10K. I agree. But 60,000 seems like a reasonable number. It's interesting to me that they got away with percentages instead of, oh my goodness, didn't notice this, the 101th. Let's go. Oh, it's right here too. 101th. 10K out of 10K out of 15K is good odds. You're right about that. It almost seems too good for Division 3. Wait a minute. 2000th. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, because you have to finish in the top 5,000 for Division 1. I was like, why are these the same? But they're not. Okay. Dobsy thinks it's going to be 20, 40, 20, meaning 1,000, 20,000, 40,000, 20,000. The weird thing about that, though, is that it makes Division 3 easier than Division 2. So I guess like to win 1,000 essence, like the bottom is easier. And maybe that's the point. Right. Getting relegated to Division 3 might be good, but I don't think so, because like if you finish 300th, let's say you finish 500th in Division 3, you're winning 500 essence, but you're winning double that in Division 2. And you win a tier 2 if you finish 500th in 1. It's much easier to track how much you are giving out when you know the numbers. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's certainly the reason. It's just if we end up with 50,000 lineups in each one, not each, but minimum of each, then the prizes just don't get as much, or they don't seem as exciting. I'll put it that way. They should get rid of the tail in Division 3, like after 1,000 places, the reward is getting promoted. Well, you wouldn't get promoted if you were like outside that group, because your score is not high enough. 500th in Division 3 won't be as high of a score as 500th in Division 2. That's true, but like 500th in Division 2 is probably higher than Division 1. But I mean, whatever. There's been plenty of pushback on divisions. I honestly don't care. I think divisions accomplish something that Sorare wanted to accomplish, and was allowing people to not always have to compete against the strongest of lineups and have a chance to finish high up against weaker lineups. And everybody who talks about how stupid divisions are, just ignore that point. They're just like, it doesn't matter. And it's like, well, it does matter. You need more people to feel like they're winning. People get more excited if they finish in the top 10 in Division 3, even if they win the same prize as that they finished 849th in Division 2. Divisions are great if you're a good player. I like that line. Wonder if Champ Europe will have more or less. Champ's going to be tough. I was trying to make a Champ lineup the other day, like thinking like, what's my best Champ lineup? And it immediately made me think I'm not good enough to play. Like my cards aren't good enough to play Champ. There's limited classic Champ. Top 50 in limited win a star. Top 5 in Division 1, top 5 in Division 2, and top 2 in Division 3. Frankly, I don't even know if they need to give away a star in Division 3. No, they don't do it at Rare. Philly Dilly said 3 years of limited cards, 20 leagues average per year, 15 teams per league, 20 leagues average per year, 15 teams per league equals 900 starting goalkeepers. 1,000 mins per year equals 900,000 playable lineups. 20 leagues average per year. What does that mean? Oh, like license leagues? No. Oh, yeah. I don't think that maths, right? Either way, plenty of playable items. Topsy said it's normally top 15 goes up, bottom 15 go down. Is it? It's not equal. No. Like the top, if the top 15 from Division 2 go up to Division 1, I think it's bottom 30% go down. Like there are fewer people in Division 1, so you need a higher percentage of people going down than percentage in Division 2 going up. What realistic promo would you like to see that hasn't already been done? It's a great question. That's a great one. Yeah, Andrea says bottom 30% in Division 1. What would be, what sort of promo would I want? I'm guessing more. I'm surprised that they're giving spins for sorry, do you get spins for winning auctions? I don't. That's not going to get me to buy cards, and maybe it's because I hit a miss today, and so I'm like, oh, the wheel kind of sucks. But yeah, I wonder. Oh, you get 2 spins if you win a card. Okay. Like I'm not buying cards because of a promo. But I was going to bring that up earlier. So the biggest risk that Sorare are bringing upon themselves with offering all of these promos is that people may stop buying without a promo. And I was thinking about that with, I forget what was I buying the other day? I forget. Something in real life, I was basically buying it, and it was from a place that like always has promos. And I got to the point where I was like, I'll just wait for a promo because whatever I was buying, I didn't need it like that second. And I was like, I'll just wait until, and like 3 days later, I got an email 50% off, and I was like, all right, I'll buy it. And so it needs to be, it's almost like they can't overdo it because then I'll just wait. And if you're encouraging me to wait, that doesn't seem like a great thing either. Philly Dilly said a mega card promo where every 5 cards bought gets you 1 in-game week substitution. That's funny. The not buying off promo thing is mitigated by the price off promo being cheaper. That's assuming that prices drop considerably. Like it depends if I wait or not. This is the point I think is correct about Andrea said. There's just so few of the promos where it's actually worth the extra that you're paying. It is fun though. Seems to work for DFS, which is for a sofa company in the UK, not Daily Fantasy. Thank you for clarifying that, JPS. I always forget about that when I say DFS, and someone's like, "Why is he talking about couches or sofas?" Sorry. Uh, the yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. Don said a lot of the promo is bait though. Like auctions went 2 to 3x compared to prices before they dropped. So it's not. Uh, I understand that feeling that they're like baiting you to pay more, but you are getting more when you get that thing. So it is just like it's just some like mental gymnastics here where you're just thinking I'm going to pay a little bit extra for this auction because I get a free whatever. And it's like, well, is it free because you just paid more to get that thing? It's like when you've got your, you know, shopping online and it's like spend $10 more and get free shipping and you're like, "Oh, I'll do that." When the shipping is $3. And then you're just like, "Oh, I just spent more to get something for free that is more is less than I paid." And it's the same thing. And so the prices going up for a promo makes sense because you're buying more. You buying something and getting 2 spins and me buying something and getting no spins, you should be paying more. Topsy said, part of me is annoyed I bought my cards before all the promos, but at the same time, I got a card for 170 that is now like £4. Yeah, that's perfect. £1.70, if you will. Billy Dilly said, after spinning the wheel a few times, the question, what are these spins actually worth, does come to mind. Absolutely. There are absolutely people who are trying to figure out what the cheapest way is to get spins. And the more you look into it, the more you're like, I can actually put a dollar amount, pound amount, if you will, euro amount, ETH amount on how much I'm willing to pay to spin the wheel. And the irony is that most of the people are not actually buying anything to get spins. They're just bidding with the risk being that you're the last one. But ultimately, that's what it's about. How much do I have to spend in order to get spins? So what is a spin worth? JPS said they drive the price up and offer you something worthless than the different, excuse me. They drive the price up and offer you something worth less than the difference in price, apart from the 0.1% who go viral and encourage other to pay more. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I'm going to pay, 1.5x so I can get a spin. The spin is worth nothing. There's a 30% chance it's literally nothing. And then a 12% chance just to spin again to then get nothing. They are masters. I'm not sure if I should read this out loud. That's a Mike Baston attempt right there. That's a good one, Philly Dilly. Smart business by Sorare, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. Again, if you worked for Sorare and your job was almost wholly reliant on how much you can sell these cards for, you would do everything you could to come up with ways to get people to buy cards. And most of the ways that they are doing it is offering something that costs them nothing. That's the best part. Even you could make the argument that the extra card promo does cost them something because every card they give away in a promo is a card they can't sell because all of the promo cards come out of their sellable allotment, if you will. Giving away essence, giving away spins, like it doesn't cost them anything. Sean Kenny just won a spin. We love it. Spin again isn't so bad though as it counts towards a golden spin. Sure. I got some spins for bidding, but didn't go over the price I had in mind just to get spins. Yeah, but you had a price in mind of like, I'm not going to spend more than this in order, just in case I don't get the spin. Second or market cards can't have any sparkly stuff with them though. So looking at the primary market prices for a card you may have gotten cheap is a bit pointless. Hold on. Are market cards, Mike, I have no idea what this is. Sorry. Second, are market cards Can't have any sparkly stuff with them though. So, oh, secondary market. Sorry. Secondary market cards can't have any sparkly stuff with them. So looking at the primary market prices for a card you may got cheap is a bit pointless. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mike. Sean, congrats on your $5 market credit. Yeah. Sean said, I love this spin again. Lots of businesses do buy one, get one free or three for the price of four and so on. Exactly. Like none of this is groundbreaking marketing, like any of these, obviously there isn't another like Web3 fantasy football game that sells digital player cards like this, but it's a pretty standard marketing thing of let's give away something that doesn't cost us anything so that people pay more. And we do it. When should I get my rare Caicedo, Laird? I don't know, whenever you want. Do you want a in season? What's he going for now? $700 for Moises Caicedo. $700 2 hours ago. Oh, Houndy didn't get the one of. That's a bummer. And what is his classic now going for? Oh wait, the season. 700 or so it's 10x. Man. Is this even more than 10x? Man. That's a lot of money. I don't know. Looking for an in-season? Yeah, I don't know. Wait until Sorare introduce club card prices. None of it is groundbreaking, but it took Sorare 5 years to work it out. Yeah, I mean, I don't fault them for that though. Like they had to change the game pretty significantly once they realized 5 to 10x is the range mostly. Andreas, 5x is way different than 10x though. But whatever. I don't know is the answer. City Keen, sorry. Yes, he is still U23, Dobsy. But yeah, I mean, I think there were a lot of things that happened to Sorare over the years that made it, not that they didn't have to sell, like the importance of selling cards wasn't that high, because obviously that was always important, but they figured out what appears to be a more sustainable model. We really have no idea. Like generally, will you know how much they are making on these auctions? Actually, we don't because of the market credits, but they know. And based on all of the promos that they're doing, we know that they need to sell the cards. Like I think the biggest kind of misunderstanding from my perspective, at least, with all of these promos is everyone's like, man, they must be so desperate to sell cards with all these promos. And my response is they have to sell cards. Like they have to, or else they don't make any money. And if you have to sell cards, you have to do something to entice people to make cards, or to buy cards. It's any business. Whatever your product is, you need to sell more of it in order to make money. And if you can get people to buy more because they may get something, then you do it. Buy 2 pizzas and get a third one for free. You're selling 2 pizzas that otherwise you would not have sold at all. And so now we have lucky loser promos. And I don't want to misspeak on the names of these things because I keep forgetting. Double Up is an easy one. The Mega Cart Top Collector and the Mega Cart Essence Rush. Like they need to do this stuff because this is what everyone who sells a product does. there's just happens to be cards, and we haven't seen these promos before, and so everyone starts saying that they're just desperate to sell cards, and it's like, well, they've always been desperate to sell cards, and they've figured out ways to make buying cards more attractive to us. These promos are so FIFA-esque, definitely enticing to buy more, even if you don't need one. Yeah, I mean, I also, and any reference to FIFA, will somebody watching this is like, hey, remember when people who played So Rare like laughed at the people who play FIFA because we're like, your thing expires, you have to buy it new every single year, and we like made fun of them because we had forever utility, and now we don't. Now we basically play a very seasonal game. I say that, and I have classic lineups, cards with classic cards all over my competitions board. There's so few in-season cards on this list. In fact, I know I had some MLS ones, so let's see. There's Miles Robinson. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 in-season cards on this entire list. But classic utility is dead. Can they set something up so if someone buys 5 of my classics, I'll give them 1,000 essence? That's actually really fun. It's a lot more fun here. Nep's content is chalk and cheese. He actually smiles when he plays So Rare. I have never heard chalk and cheese before. But Nep had a good old time. Nep loves playing So Rare. I did convince friends to play So Rare instead of spending money on FIFA because they aren't one season only. That's fun. Fun fact, I play So Rare, and I also bought FIFA yesterday for my son. If it wasn't for financial reasons, I think he'd give up FIFA and just play So Rare and MFL. I don't know. I don't know, but I would. But like also, plenty of people have jobs that they don't like. I'm not at all here saying that Nep dislikes his job, but I'm just saying that there are people who like have jobs they don't love, do those jobs so that they can do fun things like play So Rare and MFL. Andrea said, I'm sure I can make up a double up promo too. Odds may vary, and tiers are based solely on my discretion. I would love an Avengers tie-up and superhero card design on the cards. We had this already, guys, just not in football. Check out the cool stuff they have in NBA and MLB. Like I had, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm considering buying it. But they've got these really cool. I love Jalen Brunson. He's my favorite player in the NBA, and they have these like I don't even remember what they're called, but I love this card. If it would just load. Or maybe I just pull it up from the card. There. Oh, where does it keep disappearing? But anyway, this is what it looks like. And we had like the Otani ones in baseball, all those like preseason whatchamacallit. What is that called? What was the series actually called? Like this one. I mean, it's not like obviously it's not exactly Avengers, but Philly Dilly said, actually, you know what promo I want? Some kind of team game again, like they did for the last World Cup. That was super fun. That's not really a promo, but that was fun. Yeah, that was for Rivals. How many special editions do you think we get this season? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Limited Challenger was also free Essence this game week. That's fun. Ace editions. Thank you, Sean. Similar to the cartoon MLS ones. Yeah. It looks like an MFL card. Yeah, you have to pay a premium for those cards. They're cool. They're really cool. They missed a trick in not having the finger thing on it, or are they saving that for celebration cards? What's the finger thing? City King, MFL cards don't look like that anymore. MFL players, or MFL has photorealistic players now. This is what they look like. These are MFL players now. Foam finger. Where was that comment? Hold on. Oh, you're talking about Jalen Brunson not having this thing? Actually, yeah, I've got mine. Let's just do it. Oop. Let's go Knicks. I got that actually at a Knick game thanks to Sorare that Sorare sent me to. I was able to take Lairdito for his birthday, and the game was actually on his birthday. And yeah, they gave those out. Dopsy said, I got my first DNP of the weekend. Thank God I was in a throwaway U23. Why are we throwing away U23 lineups? Oh, I guess there's no relegation yet. They've had a number of like Brunson special cards. Let me see. I'm not sure. Let's cards on sale, but no, but then card edition. So these are the ace ones, right? Yep, because they say ace on them. And then, yep, they had these all-star ones, which I don't think I have one yet. I might actually. And then Neon Christmas. Or just those, but then they also had the Neon Christmas animated. Like that. Look familiar? And I'm actually not sure how many I have. Hold on. Oh, I only have two. Oh, that was the Christmas one earlier 2 years ago. I think we need to buy some Brunsons. Hold on. So the Ace one's the only special edition they have. Oh, wait, they do have a. Is that the All-Star one? No, that's just the new one. We'll see. Anyway, this isn't an NBA show. Sorry. How much more would you pay for his celebration card? I don't know. Like this one is for $27. I actually had a trade proposed to me for one of my rare cards that I still might do. But like the Brunson floor right now is $9, but the floor for the ace card is $28. That seems high to me. Golden Boot version, Ballon d'Or version, League Winners version. You're welcome, Sorare. I mean, they did the Golden Boy ones. They've never done a Ballon d'Or, and they can't do them because you need like a deal with Ballon d'Or. Golden Boot, I guess they could do those. Yeah. The problem with like a Golden Boot version or a League Winner version is that you don't know that stuff until the season's over, and so you're making a special edition card with zero in-season utility. And maybe you can get away with it this year because of the World Cup in the summer, but I don't know if they want to like hold those and then sell them at the end of the season. Champions League one with PSG, like those had Club World Cup in-season utility, but for the most part, they didn't. Like they had no regular champ at the time in-season utility, and so yeah, I wanted the champion ones. How much? I mean, I don't know if people are selling them. Let's find out. That's a Magnus Matson with an assist. I barely played my Magnus Matsons. Oh, actually, that's not true. I did play them. Hold on. One, two. I thought I had I definitely have two super. I only played one of the super rares. No, two super rares. I definitely played the rare somewhere. Three. And I have a limited four. Oh, I have another limited. I didn't play it. I have the midfielder version. Ah, who scored the goal? Oh, Larson. Oh, I missed that. I've got Larson somewhere. Not with Matson, of course. Oh, literally on the homepage. Good job, Andrew. Good start. Good start. Appreciate the heads up, JPS. Anyway, PSG cards, right? How long have we? 90 minutes we've gone. My gosh. You guys in the live chat, I appreciate you guys being here. It's been, this has flown by for me. I don't know if it's flown by for you, but what are they called? Ooh, we got some golden boys on the market though. I would a Pedri golden boy would be a lot of fun. I'm not going to spend $127 on a limited, but I want a Jude one. I looked at the Jude rare one for a while when it was on the market. And actually, I might have looked at this one too. This Musiala. I don't know what these other guys are doing here. Anyway, club. Oh wait, not golden boy. Hold on. PSG, and then Champion Edition. One on the market. Oh no, that's not the one. Paris Rising. Is that what it was called? Oh yeah, there we go. Shout out to JPS who figured that one out. Topsy said, start of the Champions League groups, I think we see special cards with a tournament needing a card. I could see that. Philly Dilly's still on the J and K League cards. Those were fun. Yeah, these are great. Is there a way to see all of them? I don't think there is. Like all the PSG ones, all the Paris Rising cards. There's still not anywhere for that. I guess we could look. Let's see if this would work. If we went to PSG cards, take cards on sale off, card edition. I think we figured it out. Except Paris Rising is not here. Oh, there it is. All right. Wow, someone vaulted a Due. Wow. Yeah, that Hakimi one. Somebody won one. That's cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Somebody vaulted a Hakimi. Oh, man. Some big balls vaulting these days. Nuno Mensch. Yeah, Vitinha one is fun. Dembele looks happy. Yeah, this Kavicha one hits, man. My God, this person vaulted that one. Oh, it's like crazy to see. The 2020-21 champion card was so nice. Oh, it's all the same guy? That's fair. They'll unvault when League unstarts. They could. Marquinhos, that's a cool one. That feels like a champion card. As does Donnarumma. Yeah. The 2020-21 champion cards, that was like the, let's see. Let's take Rising off. You really like these? Oh no, that's 21, 22. What are the 2020, 21 ones? I had a Vanaken of like this design that I sold this week. Imagine buying all those cards and then vaulting them 2 months later. I mean, I don't know. Teach their own. Is there a way to search for the 2020? I guess we could just go to the market again. 20, so season 2020. Jovan Cabral has one. Well, let's just see who else has one. Card edition champ. Here we go. Oh, I think these are okay. I do kind of like the backgrounds are different. Like is this supposed to be glass shattering or something? But yeah, I think they're all right. Cards are amazing looking, but to people who are paying 100 plus for a limited Fabian Ruiz is wild with no utility, basically. I mean, there are some really cool cards on the platform that, you pay what it costs to get them. And it's cool because you own them. And that's like, there's some of the collection stuff on Sorare is obviously, it's not like forced upon us, but we do it because it helps us in the game. But some people just buy stuff because they want to own it. Like my Brunson, like I was going to buy that Brunson. There's nothing special in the game about it. And I'm willing to pay more. I like how it says champion in the language of the country, which I never noticed that. Apparently just English in Belgium. I feel like people mostly spoke French when I was there. Very cool. I literally never noticed that, Rikaman. Very cool. I'm also not buying any of these cards. I think that's all I got today. I'm not sure what else there is to discuss, or at least that I want to discuss today. I will say before I go, my plan was to be on holiday next week. I'm going away, visiting with some family, lots of family actually, and so the streaming schedule may not exist beyond a few things. So just to warn you guys about that, I will probably be very active on Discord as at some point my family will end up driving me crazy and I'll just be like, man, I just got to break off for a second and talk to some sane people who like to buy JPEGs on the internet. And so I'll talk to everybody in Discord and stuff. But the Virgil van Dijk price check, yeah, I guess we could look at that. It was the super rare. Hasn't moved. Yeah, same price. And that ends in 30 minutes, but I don't have 30 minutes right now. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be off. There will be a Sorare spotlight on Monday. I'm going to be joined by Tulga at Sorare to talk about a bunch of like UI and UX changes that are going on. And I think what's really fun about that conversation, which I obviously haven't had yet, but what I really like is when I have an opportunity to talk to someone like Tolga on the inside of Sorare, not only do we get, he gives us kind of a quick look into like, oh, maybe you guys didn't notice this, which happens sometimes during live streams where I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And Tolga's like, actually, you just do this. But also we're going to find out what they're working on, or at least he's going to give us kind of an indication of some stuff. And there is, I think there's some really cool stuff coming up. And I don't know if he's going to be able to show us what it is or just kind of describe it. But I think I don't want to give too much away here, mostly because I haven't seen it. But there's some really cool stuff coming, I think, for the whole live experience, which I'm going to really appreciate because I recently put my Sofa Score notifications back on, and I don't really want that. I want to see my Sorare scores. And so I think there's some cool things that are coming, and Tolga will be able to talk about it. So, Sorare Spotlight will be over on the Sorare channel. That's youtube.com/ at ampersand. No, not ampersand, at sign Sorare. It's also going to be on Twitch, which if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably not watching on Twitch, but the Twitch channel for Sorare is Sorare HQ. And fun fact, we got banned last week. Like my Sorare Spotlight got cut off after 30 minutes on Twitch and nobody could watch it. And we got banned for a few hours. And then we contacted Twitch and literally they were like, it was our bad. You shouldn't, nothing, you were all good. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But that Sorare Spotlight, if you watch on YouTube, watch all my content on YouTube, then you'll see it on the Sorare channel on YouTube, Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock in the UK, 5 o'clock in Central Europe. And I don't know the times of anywhere else, but well, I mean, I guess 8 a.m. in the Pacific US. Too spicy for Twitch. That's right. That must have been it. So yeah, come hang out. It's a good time. And yeah, very excited to talk to Tolga about it. So, and League Gun cards launch on Monday. I can't imagine I'm buying League Gun cards on Monday, but hey, you never know. Thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. For everybody who is here for the live stream, really appreciate you being a supporting member of the Patreon. If you are watching this back and would like to make sure that you get to watch all of the live streams as they happen, just become a member at patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. There's a link in the description of the video. Costs as little as $5 a month. And you get all the content for that. And yeah, that's it. So thank you to everybody. I'll see you Monday, but I don't know how much after that. And if you go away next week, you will literally never be able to catch up on the promos. That feels like a challenge. Challenge accepted. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Please make sure you get outside.